Hello guys, welcome back to Talking Clarity. It's me, Seher, and I have a brand new video for you guys. Today's video is all the apps that I use during quarantine. Now, I know that this can be very stressful. It is very stressful. Not every day you can be productive. Not every day you can, just go about your normal routine because it's not a normal routine. It's different. We're all in a state of crisis, and we are doing the best that we can that to ease our mental capacity and to just have some peace. So these are the 8 apps that I have been currently using during my quarantine, and maybe some of the apps you can find friendly as well, and you can probably use it. So the 8 apps that I have, they are actually so the first app I'm just gonna get out of the way because I know during this time everybody is talking with their friends and family, and I too use a video calling app to connect with my family because I live in the UAE. There are certain apps that are allowed and certain apps that are not allowed to be used inside the state. So I personally use an app to connect with my brothers who live in the US, and then my parents who live in Pakistan, also my in-laws who live in Pakistan, and my sisters-in-law too. So during this time, I have actually felt that, before there was quarantine, I used to go to work every day and I used to come home very late, and I hardly got any time to talk to them. And since I don't know, for those of you who don't know, in the UAE, most of the companies they do give just one day off. So I used to have only one day off when I was working and going to the office. So during that one day off, I am like just so tired. I don't want to do anything else but just take a good long nap and just rest my body because the rest of the week is so strenuous. It's a hard working 6 days a week and then just having one day off. So I never had time to talk to my family. I never had time to connect with them. And now that it has been a lockdown here, I use this app almost every day or every other day just to connect with them. So the first app that I use is, a video calling app, and that can be of a personal choice. You can probably use WhatsApp. I am using an app called To Talk here, and yeah, so that's the first app. So the second app that I use is Read Era. I'm probably gonna show the app somewhere around here. So Read Era is a reading app. Basically, it's a book reader. So in the beginning of the year, let me just tell you guys that when I started 2020, I had some goals in my mind that I wanted to accomplish, and one of those goals included getting back on track to reading. I was an avid reader back in the day. When I was a teenager, I used to read a lot. Then, then with university, the reading got less, and then after marriage, the reading got even more less. And then with all of this shifting and moving abroad, just life caught up with me, and I read less and less every day. So one of the things that was in the back of my mind was that I wanted to read. I wanted to get back into the habit of reading because reading just gives you a whole different outlook into life. Whether you're reading like fiction, nonfiction, self-help books, it doesn't really matter what you're reading. The only thing that does matter is that you're reading, because whatever you're reading, it's going to take you into another world. First of all, it's just going to ease your mind. You're just submerged into a different world, you know, the thought process of the writer, and it takes you somewhere that is not your ordinary life. Second of all, when you are reading, um, you learn something new. You learn new words, new phrases, and it's a very good way to catch up on learning new vocabulary. And personally for me, every time I'm stuck on a word, if I don't know the meaning, I'll just go and just Google it. So another thing that was kind of frustrating for me was that when I did start this goal of reading in 2020, I had it in my mind that I was gonna only read hardcover books, like actually like have the book in my hand and read it. And then with time, I don't know. I just kind of got fed up of waiting for like all the books to come in. I didn't buy it, and I didn't even find all the books that I wanted in the different shops here. So I just sat down and I looked up some of the books, and they were already available online. So I downloaded it. So then I started looking for an app. Now, a couple of apps I did download and I started reading, but there were so many ads in it. And personally, I want something that is free, and I want something that is efficient and is simple. I don't want a lot of, just things all over it and I don't understand how to use it. I just want it to be simple and efficient. So then I downloaded Read Era, and it was pretty simple. There are no ads in it. And then when you like open it up, it will have all the books for you. You can list them. You can put them into different categories of like, you've read them, or into a category of, you want to read them next. And the app is fairly simple. You open it, and I really like, just like the structure of it all. So it's an app that I have been now using every day. Like, and the other thing is that, I was so into the fact that I just wanted to read a hardcover book. I don't know why I was set in that mindset that, if I wanted to read a book, I was going to have it as a hardcover and a paperback book, right? But then I downloaded this app, and, like late at night, I'm just laying down, and then I open up this app, and it's right there, and there's lighting on it. I don't have to open up the light, and I can read it. And then after a couple of days, I was like, wow, this is really easy. And this is something that I can do. Like, it doesn't require for me to get up, turn on the light, and then find a position for myself that I can read comfortably. No, it's just like if I'm on my side, I can read it. If I'm on the other side, I can read it. So basically, it really helped with my getting into the reading process back. And I have enjoyed it a lot. I am enjoying it a lot. I'm still reading books, and I am going to do a video on the books that I'm currently reading and the books that you guys can probably read during this isolation period. So yeah, so Read Era is another app that I am constantly using during this time, and maybe you guys can download a reading app for yourself, and you can just enjoy it. So the third app that I frequently use is my Color Note. Now, Color Note is basically just a notepad, and I am one of those people. I love to make lists. I am not kidding you guys. I have a journal. I like to jot things down. I like to make lists. If there is an event going on, or even if I have something that I want to do in the future, I like to just write it down. And because I can't always carry my journal around with me everywhere, but my phone is with me everywhere. My phone is like something that obviously nowadays you can't go anywhere without a phone. So if I do have something to write about, or I want to jot something down, I just open it up and I click on it. I see whether it needs to be in a text form or in a checklist form, and then I will jot it down. It has helped me so much because sometimes I just have like the craziest ideas and I want it to be noted down. Or maybe like I am having some kind of, I like doing poetry, and maybe I want to like write down a couple of verses. So I just jot it down quickly. Or even if I have grocery lists, I just make it up right there, then and there, and then I do it. Or even if I'm shopping for something else, like I said, I'm the kind of person that if I'm going to go out and be shopping, I want to have a list and I want to do it accordingly to that. So Color Note, it is a very personal choice of mine, but I use it almost every day. Like ever since I've been in this situation, there are so many things that I want to get done after I'm out of here, and I want those things to be done. So what do? I just jot it down, and it's been really helpful for me. So that's my third app. Um, the fourth app that I use is Quora. Now, if you guys don't know about Quora, it is a reader's, sorry, it's not a reader's digest, but it is a digest app. So how I came across Quora. So there was a time where I got fairly bored with social media apps, Instagram, Facebook, those are the two apps that I use. I don't like having all the other apps with me. It's just too draining for me. But there was a time where I got so sick of just like, strolling, not sorry, strolling, scrolling through these different pictures and profiles of people, and I wanted something to read. And this was like when I did not get back into my reading habit. So I came across Quora. I don't know how I came across it, but I did, and I fell in love with it, instantly. It's such a unique platform. So it gives you all of these different things to read about, and they are based on people's experiences, on their life experiences. And the cool thing about it is that if you have a question in your mind about anything, I have put in the wildest questions, and there will be an experience attached to it. There will be someone who has done that or has been in that situation, and they have come up with their answer. And it's such a relief for me to just see it. And especially if you guys are introverts, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's difficult to even socialize with people, but through Quora, I feel like I'm engaging with people in a way that I get to know what they're talking about. I get to know what their experiences are, and I am just that sort of a person that I like to know about people, right? But I don't really have the energy all the time to talk to someone. But when I found out about Quora, it was just amazing for me. And till today, like, I think there is an hour of my day that I kind of just sit down and I go through Quora. And the fun thing about Quora is that you can personalize it to what kind of information you want to receive, what kind of stories, what kind of experiences you want from people. So it can be something like, um, weight loss. It can be something like books. It can be like something like skincare. There's just so many different, categories in it, and you can click on the categories and you can just add them to your page, and you will get so many different stories. And it's like a storybook, but it's not a storybook. It's real life experiences. So that's an app that I have been currently using a lot during this time, just to take my mind off of things. It relaxes me. It helps me out with, just kind of diverting my mind into something else. So Quora is an app that I definitely use. Okay, so my fifth app is Pinterest. So all of my peeps who like to journal and who do like to do lists like I do, you guys know that Pinterest is an app where you can basically make vision boards, and you can make vision boards on vision boards on vision boards on vision boards, and it is endless. And you can get images about anything and everything. And I have so many boards. So whenever I'm thinking about doing any project, whether it's as small as like, hairstyles, or it's something like, setting up my apartment, I make a vision board for it. I go there and I just look at all the images, and it is a really good way to just pass the time. And you're getting something at the end of it, because when the time comes, you just have it right there in your phone in that app, and you can just take it out and you can be like, yeah, this is exactly the kind of thing that I want, and let me just get this done. So Pinterest is definitely something that I do a lot nowadays. Um, like I said, probably another hour of my day is dedicated to Pinterest, and I just go there and I just scroll the hell out of it, and I use it, and I make vision boards and I make pins, and I love it. All right, so my fifth app is Snapseed. So Snapseed is basically an editing app. It's I think it's the Google version of an editing app. So this is kind of, it can be personalized to whatever you guys like. Maybe you guys don't use Snapseed, but you guys use another editor. But I have noticed that ever since I've been stuck inside, I use the editing app a lot. And how I use it is that I take all of the pictures that I have in the gallery, and I have been editing them. and it's just a way to get some stuff done. Because before, when I was like going to my work, I always had so many pictures in my gallery, and I always wanted to just sort them out. I wanted to do something about it, but I never had time. So now that I do have time, I am actually like very consistent with editing the pictures that I want to get edited and just sorting them out even through my gallery, because I do plan on making a scrapbook further on. But for that, I want to categorize all of the albums from, just right now, if even if I can. So I do use that a lot. And I think that Snapseed is quite like, all the tools that are in it, and just the themes and the filters. I really like it. Like I said, for me, an app has to be simple and efficient. It can't have like too much going on, and then like I don't understand where to go and what to do. So Snapseed is definitely one of my go-to editing apps when it comes to like, editing pictures or editing just like anything, any kind of like picture. I just use Snapseed. And so that's another app that, you guys can use. It's a great way to just sort all those pictures that you have in your album, in your gallery. It's a great way to discard some of those like pictures that are just laying there and you don't have anything to do about it. So just empty out that phone, and then, you can start taking pictures. So the sixth app, yeah, I think it's I don't know whether it's the sixth app or not, but the sixth app that I use from time to time is Candy Crush. It's a gaming app. I'm not really big on games, but it's something that has helped me during this time. When I'm really, really, really bored out of my mind and I don't know what to do, I just play Candy Crush. So probably it's something that you guys could do as well. So yeah, a gaming app. And for me, that's Candy Crush. So the other app that I am using, the final app, is Noon. So Noon, if you guys don't know, is like Amazon. Um, in the UAE, in Dubai, we do have Amazon, but I think Noon is much more affordable. If there are any ladies out there who use any other app besides Noon, please do tell me about it. But for right now, ever since I've been here, which is fairly recently, I have been using Noon. And so one of the apps that I am using a lot during this time is Noon, because even if I don't shop, um, I like just like, putting things in my shopping list, in my wish list. I don't know if that's something that you guys do or not, but it's something that I like to do. Because I am in a new studio and we do need things around the house, I like to put things in that wish list and just see at, a specific time in the month, if whenever I am ready to buy things, I just go and I buy stuff from it. Actually, I haven't used Noon to buy anything yet. I just placed an order, so I am waiting for it to come in, and then I will be making a video about that. Be sure to check that out also. But yeah, a shopping app. Um, Not very productive, but it's something that I can do during this time, and I want to do because I am kind of a shopaholic. I do like buying things, but this way it kind of keeps me in check, because if I do put my all of the items in the wish list, what I've noticed is that when I go back to the wish list, half of the time I'm not going to actually buy those things. So that has helped me. Like that has kept me in check. I don't like just go ahead and buy everything all at once. I do put them in the wish list, and then I will come back to it maybe like 3 or 4 times in a month. And when I'm fairly satisfied that okay, these are the things that I want to buy, I'll then buy them. So yeah, so these are all the apps that I have been using so frequently during this isolation period. And if you guys know of any other apps that have been helpful during this time, be sure to mention it down in the comment section below. Tell me which apps you guys have been using frequently during this period, and be sure to like, subscribe, and comment on my video.